Hello everyone, this is Joecalih photography, and today I just wanted to share with you the process in which I go through editing studio photos. And without much further ado, let's start the video. And I have a beautiful picture here of a client, and I want to take you through everything: how I retouch, how I go through removing blemishes, and adjusting my colors so much. And so let's get started. So the first thing I do when I get a photo like this is just hit Ctrl J a few times, like 2 times first of all, to just duplicate the layer. And after that, if you want just to duplicate the layer without using Ctrl J, you can just drop it here and it will do the same thing. And so the only first thing I'll do here is remove any corrections that I see around. So first of all, I can see our table here is a little bit messy, and so we are going to use this tool here. The tool is called spot healing brush tool. It is not this other one, which is the healing brush tool, but the spot healing. So with this spot healing, you can just click on any of the problems I do have here, like that. You can even drag your cursor like that. Now spot healing, just click like that. I'm going to show you the before and after of this image, and you can tell me how it looks according to you. That's not the only problem we have here, because we also have spots around the table, like these places, and do have a lot of spots here, even on the carpet. Like that. And still the table is not very clean here. Like that. Basically, when the studio is a little bit dirty or messy, you have to go through a lot of image doing like this. It is one of the things we do, and that's part of the process. That's not a clean look. I prefer having it just like that, but you're gonna remove this. Yes, I won't waste your time by doing all this when you're watching. And so let's say it's clean now. So this is the before, and this is the after. And all I'm going to do is again hit on Ctrl J, or just drag the photo here to make a copy, so that I can have reference later instead of using my history here. And so going hence, we are going to look at the portrait of the person, and you are also going to use the same tool just to remove any spots on her skin, maybe the blemishes and those marks, injury marks, or even pimples. It's a good tool for doing the same. You can use a lot of tools. We have content aware, and even the other healing brush tool. There's a lot of tools you can use to do the same thing, but I'd prefer the spot healing for me because it's much faster. I can be able to go through the photo removing those spots faster. And so I'm going to do the same. You can see the before and the after. I'm going to do the same by dragging the same at the bottom there. Use a few copies. Then I do have a few actions here, and we are going to start with the eyes. And so I have an eye retouch. The only thing it does is just to whiten the eyes, and you're going to use a normal brush, and with the opacity of around 40%. The only thing we are doing here is just removing the red the red and yellow color from the eyes, and the action here had triggered only the hue and saturation here, which I have removed the reds. If I can be able to show you the properties, you're going to see exactly the colors that are removed. You can see I've removed the red and also adjusted the light of that red. So I'll just finish removing the red color, and that's the before and after, but I'm going to reduce the opacity just to make it natural. And so we have our image there. Right after I'm done with the eyes, the next thing I also do have another action, and this action is actually for sharpening my image. And I don't do a lot of sharpening for my image, but I do it at around the corners, on the eyes, the eyebrows, at the edges, and hair. If the client has baby hair, it's a good thing to sharpen that baby hair. And I don't use it a lot, maybe on the laces here. And that's pretty much it. That's how I use my sharpening there, just like that, just to sharpen the eyes a little bit. Yeah, and I'm done. So I'm gonna hit and control alt E just to make another layer of the matched sample. So after that, I also do have I retouch a few times. I use so many options on retouch. We have frequency separation of 3 kinds, but the first one I'm going to use here is just made out of high pass and Gaussian blur. And so I'm going to hit on F2. That's where I put my action, and you're going still to use the opacity of 42%. And what you're going to do is just click where there is no shadows, like that. This type of frequency separation is very harsh, more so if we have dark areas and areas with spots. So it's not a good one to use when you have such areas, and so I don't use it a lot. I only use it where there is light, and you can see here what it had done. It's not a good type of retouch, if you know. And the other thing, you should not drag your brush, because using this type of frequency separation may actually drag your colors with the brush. And so I only prefer clicking once on any area that you want to apply your retouch. So here I forgot to remove that spot, but you're going to do that in a few. So that's how I retouch, and I am done with the light retouch here. Can use a little bit of it here and here, just to make sure we have a clean image. Yes, so let me toggle between the before and after. So that's the before and that's the after. And of course we're going to reduce the opacity to around 7%, and then match the layers to create a copy. So after that, that's not all I'm going to use on retouch. I'm also going to use my mixer brush with the settings that I have put here above, the clean brush. And for this one, you are going to drag the brush, and I do prefer the mixer brush even on the shadows, because it drags well, and you can be able to remove the dark marks and the dark shadows by just blending it with the light areas, just enhancing her skin tones and removing the harsh marks. Yeah, so the mixer brush is a good tool for actually doing this kind of a job, and I drag it always because it drags the colors, enhancing the skin tones very well. I find this tool to complement my image after I do my frequency separation with the Gaussian blur. And so almost done with it. I don't do a lot on the hands. I'd like them to look somehow natural. Yes. So I don't prefer a lot of skin retouch because it just removes the natural skin of the person unless you know how to take back the details or the texture of her skin. So for that being said, I'm going to reduce the opacity to around 70% there to recover the details, and I'm going to um, put them in a group like that, and you're going to see the before there and we have the after. Do tell me if you like this kind of frequency separation retouching, and I'm going to make a specific video just for this, doing it step by step so that you can actually use the same settings and use everything that I've used in this video to also adjust your image to look exactly like mine. So that's how I do the frequency separation type of retouch on my clients studio photos. So as you can see here, we have a situation where the shoes here are a little bit saturated. We have a very light pink, where the t-shirt of the girl is nicely saturated. So what I will do here is just select the shoes like that. Easily select the shoes like that. Make sure you don't select anything else because it's going to saturate so hard. And after that, you're going to go to your filter and camera raw, and it's not going to do a lot, just increasing the saturation to a point where we think that it's going to compensate for the pink that's also on her t-shirt. So you can see here, that's the before and the after, and now the shoes and the t-shirt almost look alike, and I'm happy with that result. So I'm going to match the layers again. So after that, we also have this green area here. So our green carpet is not so much appealing, and so I have already created some an action here where I do select my green area like that, and use camera raw settings by adding a few saturation here and there, sharpening it, changing the white balance and temperature, and then actually adding the saturation to the carpet. And this is the before and the after. That shows you how it makes it pop in the image. And so after that, I'm going to merge again the photo, and also we have this background here. It is so dirty, it's supposed to be a pure white background, and so what I do mostly is just select the white background like that, like that. I don't like how it's selecting the image at the back. I only want this white background here, and we're going to look at it after this. So I select the white background like that, and then remove where I don't like the type of selection it did here. I don't want to change anything on the shoe again, nor anything that is not in this white area. And so make sure that all the white area is selected like that. Even here, and when I zoom in, you can see there's some areas here it didn't do a good selection. I would never want to see this going on top of the skin like that. It's not a perfect selection, but normally I'll do a very perfect selection, but because of time I'm just going to faintly do the selection here, and you'll understand the process. So after that, I just head on to my camera raw again, and here I've created my own preset of just whitening the area like that, and adding removing the warmth and some blacks and all that, just to make the background a little bit white to work with. And so I'm going to apply it, and as you can see, it has applied it very well on the white spaces, and that's the before and after I toggle it. I don't like how blue it looks, so normally I just reduce the opacity to where it somehow blends in with the white, make it a little bit white. As you can see here, I have removed around half the percentage of the theme here, and as you can see, it's looking wonderful and I'm liking it. So I'm going to do the 50%, maybe add a little bit there. No, I'll use the 50%, and I'm going to match the image like that. Okay, and so as you can see, the image here now looks a little bit flat, and I want the person to a little bit pop out of the background, so that the details can be on the person more than it is on the background. So what I do is just toggle this select subject around here, and if you can see, I am using a lot of actions to reduce the time that I use editing clients photos in the studio. And that's one of the things that I would prefer for any person who does studio work or a lot of photography, instead of wasting a lot of time just juggling through the same things. The good thing about the studio, you have the same lighting, the same backgrounds, and you can be able to replicate the same effects every time that you do your editing, and it makes my work easier when I have actions when I can press them and actually do the same thing over and over again, but perfectly and without wasting a lot of time. So since I have selected my image in such a way, now I have a place here I call the action I call level adjustments. And so the only thing I've done here is just play around with the levels and the curves. And so I play around with the curve just to make the person more contrasted with a lot of dehance, to enhance the person to pop out of the background, making the background a little bit soft and the person a little bit contrasty and appealing. So we're going to click on this action here. It is F3, and let me toggle between the before and after so we can look at the image. As you can see, now the person is popping a little bit out of the background, making her look a little bit nice. So I want to also toggle between all the settings we did today and everything you have done, and see how far we have come with this. So that's the before we started, and this is the after, and I'm in love with what you have done, but I'm not really contented with everything, and so you're going to continue editing this photo. And so what can we change here? We also have this yellowish brownish structure here, and we also have this nice portrait of a woman here. And so what we want is them also to look nice, to pop in the image, also to complement the person at the center, because we are using the rule of thirds. When you have this and this and there's the side, and you complement it, it's going to also to complement the person in the center. And so what we do is actually select this object. It's a little bit harder to select because it is having some holes in it, yeah, like that. And then you're going to select this portrait and a little bit of this portrait. Yes, go. So because we have selected that area now, what you're going to do is actually just head over to filter and camera raw, and when you head over to camera raw, what you can see between these images, they have that yellow orangish look. And so what you're going to do, go to HSL adjustments here, and you're going to toggle the orange, because you can see the orange. Yes, but that's the luminance. We want the saturation. So you're going to adjust the orange, also adjust the reds a little bit like that, and the yellow because it's dominant. I don't like the green color here in this portrait, so you're going to also adjust the green. Just remove the greens, the magenta a little bit, yeah, and add the aqua. And so I'm in love with what I'm seeing. don't worry about the image because it's going only to apply to where we selected, and you're going to click OK. And yes, it just did a good job here. You can see the before and the after of the image. It's looking good. There is something that's affecting this portrait here, and you're going to use the same technique we used before, which is using the healing brush, and you're going to remove it just like that, just to make the portrait a little bit clean, like that, just like that, just like that, like that. It's not going to take a lot of time. It's going to be simple, like that. And I'm happy with what I'm seeing. And maybe here we have a little bit of a problem. It's not so much, so I'm going to click once like that. Yes, it made a huge difference. Yes, and I think that's pretty much it. Maybe we can do away with this line also, because it's a problem I think we can fix. Oh, I did a bad selection, and we can just use this one. It's good, like that. Let me see, 1, 2, go, done. And you also have this, remove it, like that, done. And you're going to use this is called liquify. Oh, this is another tool that I haven't introduced you to. So I use this tool mostly to adjust the face. As you can see, it has a tool here for adjusting the face, so you can just change a little bit and then just use the normal stretching, like that, just to stretch the image a little bit. Remove these kind of problems, like that. Yeah, like that. And I think we can see the before and after. That's the before, that's the after. I mean, I'm in love with the image. Don't think there's a lot I can add so far. That's the before, that's the after. She looks perfect now. I can just copy the photo again. And what else can we add? So I'm looking at this trouser and it's having a lot of dots, and somebody will ask, why go a lot of these type of editing? This is actually what we do every time on the studio. So you're welcome, and I'm going to use all this technique on your photos. If you're a person who needs a portrait and you need your photos well edited, I mean, welcome to our studio at Joecalih Photography, and you're going to do some nice work for you. So to actually sorry for that noise. So I'm going to use the mixer brush just to remove some of the wrinkles on her clothes, like that. Yeah, I don't like to use a lot of mixer brush on clothes because it can actually do away with the texture, and that's not the look I'm going for. The only thing I'm going for is just remove the wrinkles and just making it look like the clothes were very nicely ironed, like that. I'm not gonna overdo it. Just need a little bit of that. Yes. So far I'm going to toggle between all the things that we have done. So that's the before, that's the after. Before, after. Let me zoom in again and we can toggle again. So this is the before and this is the after. And also look at the type of frequency separation we did here, and this is the before and this is the after, and you can see that the photo is looking perfect. And so I have seen something else on her lips when you look here, and I want to make it perfect as well. So I'm going to go back to the liquify the liquify tool here again, and zooming in, we're going to look at the lips. You're not going to use the normal tools that are made here using AI, but you're going to use the manual way, because I actually like editing it the manual way. So I'm going to push where the lips a little bit big here, a little bit like that, just to complement her look. Yeah, even these dark spots, just want to push them a little bit like that, to make sure they look perfect. Yes, like that. You just don't want these dark colors around her lips a lot. You will not find this technique used a lot, but I like to use it. So this is the before and that's the after. I'm going to reconstruct it so that it can look a little bit natural. I'm going to go for around 70%. 70% is good for me. And so this is the before for the lips, that's the after. And again, let's toggle everything here again so you can see the before and the after. I'm in love. So you also have these earrings here. I don't like the way they look out of focus, because those are accessories, and for the accessories I also like them to pop. So I'm going to use the same sharpening tool we used before on the eyebrows. I'm going to click it like that, toggle back to the brush, normal brush, and brush around the earrings again like that, even the eyebrows and the baby hair. Yeah, like that. It's going to adjust the sharpness a lot, and also the earrings again, and the hair, maybe even the edges of the clothes, just to show the corners, and also the nails. I also like to adjust the nails so that, and the cartoon here on her t-shirt, she's a girl, so you're going to make the girl writing pop there. Yeah, and the stitches on there to show the fabric a little bit more, maybe at the edges of these shoelaces, and where the shoe looks nice, and the stitches like that. Just add this just to make the photo a little bit better. Yeah, I'm liking what we have done so far, even removing this, but we're going to use liquify to make it a little bit realistic. Sorry. So let's use the same tool again, liquify. Because we did a bad selection here, we're going to actually just make this line straight. I like this tool because I actually abuse it a lot in terms of correcting images. I abuse it a lot. Yeah, like that. It just want to show that we had a line here that was perfect, like that, and you're almost done with the line. Yes, it looks more perfect than before. I'm liking it. Yeah, okay, let's make her bumper a little bit better to make her have a good bunda. Yeah, and so also the trouser, I don't like the bad edges on it. This one good looking edges. Yes, and I hit OK. So that's everything we changed. I think it looks better now. And also don't like the forehead here. I'm going to use the same tool again. I'm going to remove a little bit of the forehead and also the reduce how the hairline here is not perfect. You can see there's a lot of hair in front of her. I don't know what we call this kind of hair, but yeah, braids. Yes, they are supposed to be called. Yeah, in front of our braids you can see the hair is not done well here, and so we're going to correct that also by using the liquify tool again. And so I think now the forehead is not big, but we're also going to use this tool here just to bring it down a little bit like that and toggle before and after. I think now the forehead is not as big as before. We will hit on OK because I don't think I'm going to reconstruct it anymore. It is by far I'm liking it. I don't see any changes that we can do away with it. So that's the before. You can see the forehead. Let me go closer again. So this is the before and this is the after. Yeah, I do like the after so much. And so far I think we have done pretty much everything. That's the before, that's the after. I'm liking all the things that we have done. And also we do have some black areas here. I think we can also adjust it, and that will be the final thing we're going to do today. I hope you have learned a lot out of this tutorial, and you can be able to edit your photos if you have your personal photos, or if you are a photographer and you practice studio photography. I'm sure this is a good tutorial for you. So you're going to use saturation here and add a little bit of the warmth on the brush, and what you're targeting is just this area where there is a lot of blacks due to the shadows, just bringing back the skin tones. Yeah, let me look for such areas. You have another one there and another one here. Just giving back the skin tones to the girl again, like that, and I'm going to hit on OK. Of course I'm going to reduce the opacity because yes, you can see there is a good change that happened there, but it is too much, so we're going to reduce it to around 40%, and I like the 40% on that image. And that's everything, guys. I hope you like it, and if you like it, please share. You can subscribe, please, and that helps me a lot in even continuing to show you a lot of how I edit my photos. So thanks for watching. Have a nice one. Peace. Thank you.